So here we go. Game number 1 is here. Everything's properly set up. Capture age, the player names, the flags, everything. I'm gonna try to be using the flags a little bit more. I tried a couple days ago and then I forgot that I was trying, so I stopped doing it. But now we are going to do it again. Hey Sharon, as well as Raymond Barth, Grump. Welcome guys. Hope you're doing alright. It says live or Rex. All the series today will be recorded games. All these series already got played. For the Silver League, for the round of 36 of the Silver League of T90 Titans League, they played these games up until last Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. And then from that point onwards until... was it Sunday or was it Friday? I don't actually quite remember, but they had 1 week left to play the round of 18 sets privately. So those will be cast as recorded games during New Year, right? But that also means that this stage, the round of 36, actually took place even earlier than that. I would imagine these games probably got played over a week ago. And anybody was free to cast these when they were played live, but we started casting TTL only after we were done with Double Cup ourselves, of course, and the qualifiers for the Grammarly too. So that's where this leaves us. Best of 5, 9 days later, but we are going to still commit to provide 100% coverage for this tournament from the round of 36 onwards. So we have 3 more sets to go through. Those are the last 3, as you can see from the stream title. It's going to be Hearttt versus Dratek first, Jibuton versus Dave Hunt later, and Lix versus Ozone last. So we're going to try to provide coverage for all 3. Some of these might be one-sided. You know, many of these players are very good. We are thinking of Lix, we are thinking of Jibuton, we are thinking of Hearttt, and of course Dratek, Dave Hunt, and Ozone are incredible players too. When it comes to trying to pick a favorite between these players and these matchups, I think most people will agree probably the former are a little bit higher on the ladder of great players, so to say. Hey Iceman, there's a familiar name in the title. How on earth did they make it in this league? Yeah, we'll see how well he does, of course. There is 100% a chance that we might get an upset over here. Well, maybe not 100%, but it's 100% possible. There we go. Let's put it that way. It's 100% possible we might get an upset today. We'll see. But yeah, let's take a look at the civilizations for game number 1 for the first series of the day. So Hearttt is playing with Italians. And Dratek's playing with Lithuanians. That means that the bull player gets a 20% discount on gunpowder units, 15% cheaper fission ships, and he gets a 15% discount to go up to the next stage, as well as cheaper university and dock upgrades, and for the team bonus. Oh, nice. Quick walls over here for Hearttt. And then for the team bonus, we're going to see the Italians get access to janitors. What am I talking about? Condottieri. Mixing up the saves over here. Condottieri from the barracks in the Imperial Age. And Dratek is going to be the one playing with Lithuanians, which gives him extra food upon starting the game. Makes it possible for him to go for the dock a little bit more comfortably. Besides that, we also get 10% faster movement skirm spearline units for Lithuanians. We get on top of that, in addition to that, 1 extra attack per each relic garrison. Knights and Light Chai per each relic, up to 4. For the team bonus, 20% faster work in monasteries. There we go. Now we should be getting to the field age sometime soon. The players do take a little bit longer when you gotta go for the fishing ships, of course. That does delay you to the field age a little bit, but in the end, it's going to be worth it. It's going to pay off big time if you can keep your fishing economy alive. Right now, Dratek seems to have gone for a little bit more of it. He's got 4 fishing ships compared to only 2 over here from Hearttt. But that also delays him a little bit further. He's going to be going out to the fuel age probably 30 seconds later. Just 25 seconds later by the looks of it. Yeah. Exactly 25 seconds later. Well, 1 second of idle TC time. Regardless, hey Baskets! Hi, hi. Welcome to you too as well. Yeah, alright. So Heartt's gonna start collecting some gold. He doesn't really have any militias coming out. So it's not going to be a drush flush. It's probably just going to be a flush. Unless he sent a villager forward to try to go for a sneaky duck. But it doesn't seem like that's gonna be the case. Okay, he's sending a villager over to the right hand side. Let me take a look at the scouting information to see if he expects this one on the right hand side to be Dratek's. Nope. He knows exactly where the red player is. So if he's going over the right hand side, is to try and get control. The only way in which he's going to try to contest is if he sends the villager around the center, over to the right hand side, up to the north. But Dratek is being careful over here. Notice he's got a fishing ship already, and it seems like Hearttt is not going to try and contest the pond in the end, just going to go to the east one. That is very interesting. A very interesting approach from the bull player when he was the one to go for the fewest fishing ships up until this point, right? Dratek was the one trying to take advantage of the fishing a little bit more, so I would be expecting the red player to try and go out into any, you know, some extra ponds so that this one doesn't run out too quickly and doesn't become, like all the fishing ships don't become quite inefficient. Hey there, hey there. The Hermetica clan, AoE2. Hi, Flyron Dancer. How's it going for you? Welcome again. Stable already up for Dratek, and Hearttt is going just now for the barracks, and he's got the walls on the way. It's very interesting because it seems as if he's going to try to make a play for the castle age, even if it was not a straight fast castle build. If he gets away with the walls over here, it's gonna be fine. Let's take a look at the left-hand side. Dratek is with the spearman over here, chasing Hearttt away, and Hearttt, he's got a villager coming over. It's going to have 3 out of 4 ponds completely under control. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, here come the scouts, and the one villager crumbles from Hearttt to the scouts from Dratek. There we go. And yet another villager as well. This is fantastic for the red player. He needed to catch up. Hearttt getting control of 3 ponds will be in a fantastic position, of course, in the next few minutes. So that allows Dratek to somewhat stay competitive over here, even if Heartt's still ahead in fishing ships by quite a bit, even if he's still ahead in a worker count overall. Despite the fact that Hearttt lost 2 villagers, he's only 1 worker behind. He does have loom, but we had 2 scouts over here, so the scouts were stronger. And now he's gonna try to go for another one. You can see how quickly the villager goes down, even with loom over there to 2 scouts, and that's another one. And he's going for yet another one. He's gotta be careful over there, so brings the spearman over. And in the end, Hearttt does land a hit on one of the scouts over there, and doesn't seem like the bull player's going to lose a 3rd villager. However, Dratek is gonna be the first one to put pressure with archery as well, and I was not necessarily expecting archers. Probably some skirmishers. But he's bringing some. He's got the archer range now up as well. Yeah, beautiful. And oh, another villager. True. The scouts can't really do too much though. We have only 1 left. You already know, his rage, getting his wife and kids stolen by 3 seconds only. What? What is that? Very good pressure from Dratek overall. Seems like Hearttt is going to stabilize though. The right hand side. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, I get it now. Call them. And thank you for the raid, Solid. Appreciate it. Welcome everyone. I hope you had a great stream, and I hope everyone coming from your stream enjoyed it as well. We are casting Dratek versus Hearttt, game number 1. This is going to be the first series of the day for us. We had 3 series for today, and well, Hearttt had been looking really well so far, but it seems like that's gonna be another villager going down. And yes, sir, that is yet another villager crumbling from Hearttt. As Dratek manages to get the sneaky dock up, Hearttt is unable to deny the second one, and because he doesn't have the villager over here, he cannot really go for much of anything anymore. If he goes for extra fire galleys from this one, it's going to get him going only up until the second dock comes out from Dratek, and then at that point the red player is going to look much stronger. Meanwhile, on the left hand side, it's going to be Dratek with another sneaky dock, but Hearttt did not go for the dock on the left hand side in the end. Castellator's on the way for Hearttt, mind you. This is what he was playing for. He went for the walls. He did not produce much military to speak of because he was playing for the Castle H and Dratek. Dratek is not too far off. Should be able to go up to the Castle H very soon. Hearttt had a little bit of idle economy. He's fixed that for the most part. He's got only 2 villagers left. And he's finally going for the dock on the left-hand side. I mean, take a look at this point of view. He doesn't know about the dock from Dratek. Dratek doesn't know anything about the blue player on the left-hand side. There we go. Good pressure. We see a big demo shot over there. Yes, sir. We're going to see another one. Well, Heartt's just going for a fire galley over there. But this is what I was talking about. The moment Dratek got the second dock up, Heartt's chances of keeping control of the right-hand side pond diminished substantially. So now he's got 1 fire galley on the way. He's got 1 already out. We have 2 already out over here for Dratek. And the red player should be fine. Meanwhile, the Castle H has already finished researching for Hearttt, and he's got the war galley upgrade on the way. He's got the crossman upgrade on the way, as well as fletching. He hadn't gone for fletching before, so he should be going for Baki now very soon. He's got to be careful. We have the hill advantage over there for Dratek. On the left hand side, fire ships versus fire galleys. This will favor Hearttt. It should be the case unless Dratek goes for a second dock over here, similar to how he played the right hand side pawn too. Still was getting the knife from Dratek and Hearttt. Heartt's got the crossbows. Might be able to come in. Nice quick walls over here from Dratek's gonna hang on over there for a little while more because of it. Yeah, and the fact that Hearttt was actually able to push the red player away from the right hand side with a single dock is nothing but remarkable. Where's the villager from Dratek? Did he lose it? He's got a villager over here. I don't quite recall if it was a woman, the one on the right hand side, or a man, but he's got a villager over here. The stable had gotten denied before. And in the end, it seems like Hearttt will end up getting control of the right hand side, which is remarkable. On the left hand side, he's looking very good as well. He will take the dock down over here. Meanwhile, Dratek is kind of confined to playing full land over here. He's got a siege workshop coming up on the left hand side. Now, this is something that I am not really sure I agree with, and it's something that I'm not really sure I understand. The siege workshop coming up on the left hand side when he was going for extra buildings on the right seems kind of awkward. He does have 2 stables over here at hand on the left hand side. There is another one over here forward as well, which he used to quick wall. But why does he go into defend any siege he goes for over here? Scorpion on the way, alright. Hearttt. Even if his civilization is going to be an archer and naval civilization on paper. Actually, I think they are naval and gunpowder. The Italians. Don't quite recall the category, but he can still go for pretty much anything. He can go for knights if he wanted to. In the Castle Age, sorry, they are going to be just as good as any other civilizations. Hey Theo! Glad to see you streaming again. Yes! Today we finished covering the round of 36 to be ready for the round of 18, which will be cast 2 days from now, starting on the 30th through January 1st. So we are going to cast the 30th, the 31st, and January 1st. By the way, guys, have you been playing the trivia from my YouTube channel? I've been posting a few questions so far, and I hope that it's going to be fun for some people to participate in it. Hearttt, he already has a forward monastery. Could go for a forward siege workshop. Meanwhile, Dratek, yeah, still going for scorpions. One manual from Hearttt would be so good, especially if we could get the bull player, that is, a siege workshop around here, for instance. Hello. Oh, there we go. A siege workshop around here, and kind of guard the hill that way. Then in the future you can just delete this one and go for a castle, for instance, on the hill. But I would imagine he probably would want to go for a castle to deny both the gold and the stone, so probably not on the hill. I don't think he's treating the games, but I'm 100% sure that he's mad at himself for playing like that. Maybe some nerves or something, but very uncharacteristic for Hearttt, right? Let's see. For stable, no siege workshops though from Hearttt, but yeah, once again, stables are going to be fine. Knights in the castle age for Italians are good, you know. It's kind of like Japanese. Obviously, it's not a civilization you want to go into cavalry very heavily, but it's a civilization that's going to have functional cavalry in the castle age. And we'll see the conversions coming up over there. He's going to land the conversion against the knight. However, still the monks get pushed away. One of them goes down. And the scorpions are still doing a lot of damage, and Hearttt struggling to really get the push going over here. The scorpion's still up. Will keep on doing damage, and while Hearttt does have access to redemption with the civilization, he's not researched it yet. So he cannot get the conversions going against the siege, and man, that is another good shot from Dratek. He takes some of the crossbows down. The mana will go down in the end. Not a last shot coming out of that one. But still, seems like Dratek might end up pushing Hearttt away. And Hearttt, he was sending some villagers forth. And I gotta wonder, was that castle meant to be next to the hill over here? Probably in front of the TC from Dratek to push him away from both those resources? Or was he banking and going for the castle in this location from the get-go? Monks are cheating? Yeah. Well, the castle's coming up for sure. I don't think a single villager has gone down from Hearttt trying to get it up. Yeah, another conversion coming in. He does land the conversion. Still a few knights left from Dratek, but now Hearttt starts pulling ahead. Military and worker count is looking better for the bullpen, and the longer the game goes, the more we could see this. What's the relic count? As you see here in the relics count, 3 right now for Hearttt, 0 for Dratek. So the player who needs the relics the most has been struggling to get the relics the most. And it doesn't seem to me like he's actually tried to go for the relics at all, because he's got 1. He's got 2 that he should have been able to collect without too many issues. The one on the left-hand side now is guarded by the fire galley, or fire ship at this point, but if he had made a play for it earlier, he would certainly have been able to pick it up without any issues now. He's got a monastery and he's got some monks, but he's not going after the relics. I had no idea there was a relic count on the thing. Yes, the thing has a relic count. It's quite nifty, quite useful for casting for sure. And by the way, guys, I am thinking of making a video for YouTube, a guide on how to use Capture-H to better your own gameplay and how to use it to analyze the game And I'm curious if you would like to see anything in particular coming up on that guide. Something, maybe a little trick that you have learned yourselves in Capture H, maybe something that you see me do, maybe that I haven't thought about talking about. Do let me know if you have any suggestions. Good push from Dratek. Oh, he got the relic, yes. He ended up losing the monk. But he got the relic, and now Dratek is putting pressure hard. Once again, trying to play a little bit greedy over here, though. Same way he tried to play for the Castle Age earlier. Now he's gonna try and play for the Imperial Age as well. He does get the resources to click up Dratek. Not so much. Give me a trick to run Capture Age on my garbage PC. Well, yeah, it really depends on what it is that you are getting bottlenecked for. But performance is a good idea, a good point to talk about. I'm going to take notes of it. A lot of Genoese crossbows. The Knights over there will not stand a shot against these units, especially with the Magna going down. Now we see the Knights over there getting completely wiped out. If they stick around a little bit longer, they will get completely cleaned out. So Hearttt does end up pushing the remaining Knights over here quite successfully. And if he had ballistics, he would have been able to do it for sure. He would have been able to clean those up. Alright, so performance. There we are. I know 90% of people will just get depressed because of their idle TC time. Then they give up on learning AoE2. No problem. I'll have a video for that. How to fix your idle TC time, and we are going to make it extremely clickbaity, kind of like don't get idle TC time ever again with this one trick. Pro players don't want you to know. And then we are going to put the Viper with an angry face on the thumbnail, and then a red circle around the seemingly innocuous thing from the game, maybe a dolphin, right? Maybe something over there with a red circle, a big arrow, and that title, and the Viper very angry at it. That should get the views. That's what's going on now for Hearttt as well. And he's starting to get ahead in this game a little bit more. Trebuchet is coming out significantly earlier compared to Dratek, of course. The red player is still waiting to get to the Imperial Age. And let's take a look at the vision that we have from Hearttt. He knows pretty much everything that Dratek does. He knows where he is, where he's going to, what he's going with. And Hearttt on the other, Dratek on the other hand, he is kind of blindsided. You know, comparatively, he doesn't really know much about the game. I'm playing a laptop that isn't made for it. I can run 1v1s at lowest settings, but for your force to really get dicey. Yeah, there's a limit to how much you can get out of certain hardware, right? I'm still going to include some performance tips, because for me, for instance, if I didn't run Capture H the way that I do, I wouldn't be able to stream with it, because it would be too taxing. Not just Capture H, but having everything running together, right? OBS and the base game. And 2023 is the year that I need to get a proper PC upgrade, because I cannot cast team games, damn it. 2v2s are fine, 3v3s, it really depends on how the game goes. It can get pretty unwatchable in the late stages of the game, and 4v4, yeah, forget about it. Black Forest, forget about it. For Trebuchet is already for Hearttt. Only one Trebuchet from Dratek though, he's not really been going for many more. The weird thing is that he was getting to the Imperial Age by the time Hearttt got the first Trebuchet out, so Dratek could have been up to three Trebuchets up by this point. He's not been going for it, and I think his economy has not been strong enough. He doesn't have too many gold miners, for instance, so it seems like ego balancing certainly needs a little bit of a boost over here for Dratek, and there we go. The castle goes down, and now the trebuchet goes down as well. We have a bombard cannon from Dratek. From Hearttt, rather, and Dratek's going to be the one to call the GG. Castle drops. Siege dies. Cannot keep on holding Hearttt. While he had a little bit of a rough start in this game, does end up taking it for the first point of the series, and that's going to be 1-0 favoring the Peruvian player. Let's go and take a look at the achievements before we jump into game number 2, of course. We'll see for military then. Better KD for Hearttt in the end is about 5-4. Very close to it. Not quite as high, but very close to it. For economy, we have a little bit of a stronger economy for Dratek. Did it matter? Probably not. The KD over here kind of compensated for it a little bit. He ended up getting only about 1,300 extra resources, but he lost so much. And the trades as well were pretty good for Hearttt overall. So the blue player is going to end up taking this one. Let's go! And there we are. We are in game number 2. Dratek playing with the Japanese. Hearttt playing with the Chinese. In-game spectating tools are really bad. They are insufficient, and they have a little issue. You see how we have the chat over here show up on the left-hand side, but then the moment that I select something, the chat's gone. And then if you want to have the chat, you need to clear the panel over here. Well, this works because the chat is not quite as crucial, but in the in-game client, if you select anything, then you lose these stats, right? And not all of these are going to be available in Age of Empires natively, but even the summary page, which has the most crucial information, such as overall population for both the players or all the players in the match, the KD, that kind of stuff it's kind of crucial to have access to. You know, when Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition came out, I remember T90 said at one point during one of his streams that the developers said that the spectating mode from Age of Empires 2D was temporary and they were going to make a better one. And that never materialized. Now what I'm wondering is if maybe there was a misinterpretation of sorts, and in the end it was not that they were going to make a better in-game spectating client, but rather they were working with the Capture H guys to develop Capture H for AoE 2D. That would seem like it makes sense to me, but I wouldn't really be too sure. Hey, Bailo. They say a lot of stuff. To be fair, yeah. Let's take a look at game number 2. This is Houseboat. And on the right-hand side, we have Hearttt playing in the blue color with the Chinese. On the left-hand side, we have Dratek playing with the Japanese in the red color. And thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Let me replay this one as well. So that I can actually fix this too, because since I changed my overlay for casting, it's been... do we put it over there? Yeah, I think that's good, right? Hopefully. Yeah, I hope that's not too bad. But yeah, anyway. Thank you for the follows, guys. Very much appreciated, and welcome everyone. Hey, Rosa. Hey, Diego. Why not above the logo? Over here? I don't know if it's going to be quite as visible because it's kind of translucent. We can try. Nothing has happened in this game so far, so I guess we can do it. Let's see. You're going to follow me for the 3rd time, Demigris. Above, you mean like over here then? The problem with that is that sometimes there are going to be technologies over there. I guess we can put it over here to the bottom, right? This is gonna be good. There is nothing ever happening over here. So I think this is... Yeah, that's good. Yep, that's good. We are just going to keep it there. Yeah, that's good. Alright. So anyway, let's talk about the civilizations. Hearttt is playing with Chinese this time around. That means that on the right hand side he's going to begin with 3 extra villagers, although that comes at the expense of 200 food and 50 wood. Besides that, the Chinese get 5 extra line of sight and 5 higher population support from the TCs, and 10, 15 and 20% cheaper upgrades in the feudal castle and imperial ages. The Chinese will also have for the team bonus 10% extra food from farms. Now that's probably not going to be too relevant over here. We don't really see players go for farms too often and too much of when they do on this map. Hey Whitebeard, hi. On the left hand side we'll see for Dratek with the Japanese, he's going to have instead 5, 10, 15 and 20% faster working fishing ships in the Dark Feudal Castle and Imperial Ages with twice the HP and plus 2 Pierce armor. In addition to a 50% discount on drop of buildings. 32% faster attack and infantry units started in the Feudal Age. And then for the team bonus we'll have for the Japanese. What do we get for them? For the team bonus we're going to have for the Japanese 50% extra line of sight on galley line ships, right? So let's take a look at the map generation. Oh, on the right hand side, a little bit of a quick wall attempt over there against Dratek Scout, not going to come to fruition, but let's see. We have already some wall layouts over here from Hearttt. He's got this already walled. Let's... Oh, crap. No problem. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is working now. Perfect. So he's got some walls coming up over here. He could potentially go for something like this, but that wouldn't be the cheapest. That wouldn't be the easiest way to wall himself off. So I would expect him to go for something like this instead. And then on the left-hand side, by going for the walls he's already going for, he should be able to secure 1 gold on the back, 2 golds on the back, actually. The stone, berries, and then even the wool line over here that's going to be completely safe. This one on the left-hand side, not so much. And these ones on the right-hand side, not so much, because they could potentially get targeted by archers or towers, but this one is absolutely fantastic. Very interesting as well to see Hearttt go for the dock on the right-hand side over here. He does have a house forward, but if you take a look at his line of sight, he's keeping the units kind of at hand so that he will be able to spot any forward docks. That is actually very good. Meanwhile, we have a forward dock coming up from Hearttt in front of Dratek's own dock, and it seems like the red player will be aware of this one, but the dock is certainly coming up. Dratek does get to the field age though, so he should be going for some navy, and he's got a fire galley on the way. There's yet another dock on the way from Hearttt very soon as well. He had the foundations over there for a moment. He's going for it again. He's gotta be careful. The house is over there. He's gonna get spotted. Yep. And Dratek's like, nope. In the end, the dock foundation does come out though from Hearttt. We'll see if he's able to complete this one. Yeah, Hearttt with a minute of idle TC time is not the best, but Dratek's gotten a little bit of extra idle TC time himself, so I guess it's not too bad. Overall, Hearttt should still be about 2 villages ahead, right? Yeah, and that is the case, 27 to 25, or 1 villager and a half, but that might not be the case for much longer. There's one stock villager over there from Hearttt, though. The quick walls do not come up on time. So the villager lead that he had has reduced to only 1 extra villager. Because he's behind in fishing ships as well, it seems like Dratek's gonna be just fine over here for the time being. Alright, got this on the way. He's got 2 docks to work with. Dratek, that is. Meanwhile, Hearttt is going for the galleys right now, but this shouldn't really work, right? On paper, Dratek's had a head start in production. He should be in a much better position over here. Now, we'll see that's the case, though. We already saw in the previous game that even though Hearttt was sometimes later to the dock, or he was outnumbered in terms of dock numbers, right? He was still able to come out on top, so we'll see. Here, Prakita. Hi, welcome. And Dratek's going for the villagers now. Keep transporting them. These games on this map, certainly quite the entertaining thing for us viewers, but for players it's gotta be so frustrating, man. You cannot even just send your villagers from your TC somewhere. You got to manually keep on transporting the villagers over. And who will pick this as their home map though? There's gotta be a pretty high level of deviousness when somebody actually choosing this as a home map. But I guess if you are confident in your ability to keep up with more stuff than your opponent at any given point in time, maybe something like this makes sense. But it quite honestly would seem like torture a little bit. Have you tried to play this map? Has any of you tried to play on this map before? I can tell you that it's quite stressful, but maybe not for everyone, who knows. We have people who enjoy playing for nothing, so I guess you can expect pretty much anything from. There's going to be always people around the community who will enjoy the most unlikely things. Whoever invented this map needs to be lynched. Beautiful. Dratek. He's coming in with land units. He's got archers. Hearttt, on the other hand, the only thing he's got forward are navy units. He's got 2 docks once again, and this is really, really unfavorable for the bull player, of course, because he's about to lose one of the docks. We have the defender's advantage over here for Dratek, so he should be able to keep on repairing his own fire galleys for as long as he needs to. Meanwhile, Heartt's actually getting away with doing a little bit too much damage over here. Pushing the villagers away from goal is too much. Certainly shouldn't have been a thing. And then on the right hand side, Dratek manages to get a nice tower on the back of the wood line over here. And this is what I was talking about earlier, by the way. The wood line is not safe actually, so he needs to make a transition over to the center one over here at the back. And Heartt's not paying attention, guys. The dock's coming up. He's got a transport ship over there completely idle, and he's only moving the villagers away when the tower has been up probably for a minute or more already. And he's starting to fall behind in population a little bit. You know, it seems like he might actually end up getting a better trade on the left hand side though. This is why he was not paying attention on the right hand side. This is why he was not paying attention on the right hand side. He was paying attention on the water over here to try and take a better trade against Dratek's navy and keep the red player in check, of course. But then that allowed Dratek to get the push going himself on the right hand side. And now we have the archers, the skirmishers, spearmen over here from Dratek roaming around. The score switching back and forth. Yeah, and it seems like Heartt's actually coming out on top on the left hand side. Who would have thought? Dratek's forced into a defensive tower over here. Yeah, and you know what? Hearttt is not really producing from both these docks, so he seems to be struggling to keep up himself. Meanwhile, Dratek's doing a little bit of a better job. Yeah. Taking the remaining unit down from Hearttt, taking advantage of both the docks to keep production going. A chatter ship on the goal from Dratek would be sweet. Yeah, probably. Well, we'll see a demolition raft on the way. We'll see about it. Hey, Fluffy Bunny. Hi, welcome. Welcome back. Hope you're doing alright. The raft is coming out now for Hearttt. That was kind of lackluster. Does he have another one? No, he's just got fire galleys over here. It kind of seems like Hearttt, if he doesn't give up on water over there, he's probably going to end up getting pushed away anyway. Dratek gets the dock up on the right hand side. Hearttt should be able to hold on over here just fine. He does have the defender's advantage over here himself, although to be fair, it seems like Heartt's got a single dock back home. Meanwhile, Dratek also on a single dock over here. Could potentially get a bit of trade with the demo raft coming out over here, but nah, he just lost the second fire galley. It seems like this is going to go in favor of Hearttt anyway. Yep. Heartt's still looking stronger over here. He's got extra navy coming out. Why do defenders make docks on the outside? Inside seems kind of better to get more proximity to fish, maybe negligible. Outside, usually it's going to be for vision. Because you are expected your opponent to at some point try to make a play for a sneaky dock. So if you have, let's say, a nice tower coming up over here. So if you have, let's say, for the bull player, a dock where he's got it right here, right? Well, it's going to get about this much crap. He's going to get about this much vision. While if you get the dock up over here, for instance, for the bull player, over there instead, well, he will get vision over here. And this is most likely to, you know, catch a 4 villager compared to the side ones. Because usually you're going to see players go for dock over there in front. And you can use your villagers, right, to get some buildings on the sides and get some vision like that instead. Well, that's the way that I see it though, but the players have been going for side docks themselves. And it could be for making the walls a little bit easier. No, I don't think that's it though. Probably, yeah, I think the dock's over here. So the problem with having the dock forward is that because you want to use the dock also to fish with your villagers, if you go for the dock forward, you're gonna need to keep your villager forward if you want to take advantage of the fishing, sorry. Meanwhile, if you go for the dock on the side where your villagers already are, then they can actually collect from the fish by the dock. So I think that's probably it. I think a forward dock's going to be better for vision potentially. And I think a side dock or a back dock is going to be better for collecting from the fish by it. To be honest, I think it's just where your villager is at, where you build it. Not really, because you start with the transport ship and you have to transport your villager somewhere. And saving 2 seconds of transport ship moving time, you know, by transporting the villager to the side compared to transporting it forward, I don't think it's going to be enough to warrant the dock. I think it's probably just because of the fishing. Castle is going to be here for Hearttt very soon though. It's 8 PM. I guess early on is not quite as hard to keep up with. I think it's probably going to be harder the longer the game goes, but if you want to know for sure, then you'd probably have to ask a pro player. My best guess would be because of the fishing for the most part, because if you send your villager forward to get the dock up over here, you're going to get better vision. But you won't be able to fish with the villager. At the very least, it's going to be very exposed. Your question anyway was why they go for the dock outside, and yeah, I guess fishing is not really going to be the answer for that, right? I think it's probably just because of having the villagers over there closer to the dock. So you can potentially also repair units, perhaps. I don't know, man. Castle Age is here ready for Hearttt. There are so many things. That change just based on a single dock location, imagine. Evaluate and having to evaluate in real time from the player's position, the rest of the game as well. Same kind of considerations would go on where you go for your extra military buildings, your TCs, where you collect resources from. Now it's coming out already for Hearttt. Yes, he's got into the castle age earlier, so Dratek. Let's take a look. It's gonna be in the castle age in about 40 seconds. Significant later. He managed to get some good damage with the towers though, but it seems like these are going down. If you have them forward like Dratek, they give vision to spot forwards. Yes. Yes, vision is going to be an important part of it. They're not quite as forward. I guess this one is somewhat forward for Dratek. But yeah, my guess is going for the docks outside. Ideally, you want to go for the dock 4 to spot the units coming in from your opponent. But if you go for the docks on the sides, that's going to allow you to better protect your navy in case you need to, because you're going to have more villages at hand compared to at the center in the later stages of the game. And then it also allows you to fish, right? If you go for the side dock compared to the 4-1, because you're not going to be able to keep your villager forward alone unless you're willing to risk it. Hi Noah, do you know about King of the Hippo tournament? Will you cast it? King of the Hippo? Is that back? Again? I have no idea. Let me take a look at the AoE zone. Nope, I didn't see it. King of the Hippo Night, where is it announced? Today! Wait. Today and tomorrow. I did not see it at all. I don't see an event in the AoE zone. Let me take a look at Wikipedia maybe. Interesting. The engagement taking place in front of Hearttt space. That is a lot of knights, but that is a lot of pikemen as well. Nice mango shot. Several of the pikemen do go down in the end. That seems to be about it. I don't see it. I don't see it in Wikipedia. I don't see it on AoE zone. What is an improvised tournament? Yeah, I have no idea. We were planning to cast the 3 remaining sets from the T90 Titans League today, so that we are in good shape to jump into the round of 18 right away on the 30th. So I think probably not. Yeah, I don't see it in Wikipedia. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Oh, it's a free-for-all tournament. All right. We'll see. Nice shot, Stoll. Oh boy, Dratek just got completely wiped out. All the units from the red player got absolutely annihilated here. There we go. Tower's going down as well, and Heartt's looking much stronger right now. He's got momentum. He's coming over. He's got a Scorpion on the way as well, in addition to the Manels. Should be of some use against Pikemen, but with a single Scorpion, that's not going to be good enough. He will need more than that. He's not going for any more though. Dratek's monks trying to get the convergence up against the Mountain. He gets it. Well done. Nice attack round and nice reaction from Hearttt as well. And in the end, the monk does go down. The Mountain goes down over there. Dratek's still going to have a good amount of pikemen over here to work with. While Heartt's going for a forward castle. There you are. Beautiful. Right hand side. Heartt's going to be completely stable. Yeah, for the most part, there's just 2 towers left over here from the red player. They're not really achieving much of anything. Heartt's already collecting wood from the right hand side, so he ignores the tower on the left. He's gonna be the first player to click up to the Imperial Age very soon as well. And Dratek. Yeah, Yeah, Dratek's going to have his own castle right now, but because Heartt's going to be the first player to get to the Imperial Age by quite a bit as well, he should be in a very good spot. I don't think I'm going to cast Kill the Hippo. Once again, my computer is not strong enough anymore to cast team games. When it's more than... I know that it's not technically a team game, but we still have a pretty large amount of players, right? That it's not good enough to cast 3v3s alone. If we have to cast 8 players, probably not the best. And we can also focus on unfinished cast in the round of 36, 2090 Titans League. There we go, the tower's finally going down. Maybe not. Dratek's sending some pikemen over here. I don't know if it's the best position for Dratek to be sending his units forward right now when he's under so much pressure over here. Very soon Heartt's gonna be in the Imperial Age already. He's gonna start going for trebuchets. This guy should be going down very soon afterwards. The DC should be going down very soon afterwards as well. Oh! And Heartt's going for another dog! Alright, alright, alright. 2 dogs over here is actually going to start getting some good damage around Dratek if he goes for a few upgrades. Oh, you know, there is one bonus that I forgot to mention from Heartt Civilization. That is 50% extra HP on demolition line units. That's something that I kind of forget that the Chinese get because we seldom see them on hybrid or water maps. And there we are. Heartt gets to the Imperial Age, so we're gonna see the trebuchet right away. We have Rams coming over right now, the Chicanoos as well. Everything's coming from Heartt to try and put a stop to this castle, and it seems to me like it's probably going to be the case. It's a lot of pikemen over here. Dratek had these as the meat shield, and he would have been able to prevent the Chicanoos from getting too much damage done, but in the end, the Chicanoos get pushed away simply by virtue of these castles being very close to completion, so he's gonna have to rely on the trebuchets, right? He's got a little elevation over here, could potentially take advantage of, and he's going to. And archer range is on the way now from Heartt as well. So what do we expect exactly from the red player? He's gotten to the Imperial Age, he's playing with Japanese. He can go for his own trebuchets, yes, these are going to be just run-of-the-mill trebs until he gets Cataparuto, and even then, that's only going to affect unpack time and reload time, I think, but accuracy is going to remain the same. And if Heartt is able to keep a good amount of trebuchets coming out over here, should be able to keep up as well. But Dratek's going for double trebuchet production, or at the very least he did, so he was able to catch up right away to the bull player. Yep, Dratek's losing the castle over here for sure. This one is going to stay up for the time being. And Heartt is losing this castle for sure as well, so both these players will take losses. Dratek's going to steal the stone though from Heartt in front of his base, and you know, the red player is making this much closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought when I saw the matchup that Heartt wasn't really going to struggle too much to take the series over here, and it was going to be a pretty decisive clean sweep, but you know, Dratek's been giving him a run for his money a little bit. And while Heartt's still looking very much stronger than Dratek right now because of the much higher worker count and the somewhat comparable military count, Dratek is certainly putting up a great fight against a Peruvian player. Nice trap snipe. We still have 4 trebuchets left for Heartt. He still has a castle up here. 4 siege workshops coming up. None of these civilizations gets bombard cannons. They can only rely on trebuchets for long distance sniping. And there's siege ram on the way for Heartt though. That's going to help a little bit. Wow! Dratek calls the GG right away. Well, you know, nothing really happened over here, as is often the case. Like, right now, that would kind of prompt a GG, but Dratek was certainly kind of falling behind further and further, right? He did go down to 111 population over here compared to Hearttt, who was sticking to 180 plus. And yeah, in the end, Hearttt will end up taking game number 2, but Dratek's actually been giving Hearttt a run for his money. So let's take a look at the achievements before jumping into game number 3. Now that one could very well be the last one of this series, of course. Could very well be match point. Let's see what we get. So for military, we have a higher KD for Hearttt. For economy, we have a stronger economy for Hearttt as well, collecting about 4,000 extra resources close to it. And for society, a higher villager max count for Hearttt as well. It was just all favoring the blue player for the most part. He played this game really well. And even though it kind of looked dicey from time to time, especially with all the Navy fights right on water, Hearttt was able to clutch it up and take game number 2 under his belt. And we are in game number 3. Welcome everyone. We're gonna have Hearttt and Dratek duking it out on this one, which is match point already. So Heartt's playing for the series, Dratek is playing for his tournament life. The blue player on the left hand side playing with Burgundians is going to get a 40% foot discount on eco upgrades, which he gets access to earlier. He gets a 50% discount on stable upgrades, access to the Cavalier upgrade in the Castle Age, and then on top of that, we're gonna have 25% higher attack on gunpowder units. Well, for the team bonus, Hearttt gets also from Burgundians relics that generate food in addition to gold. On the right hand side, Dratek playing with the Portuguese will have instead access to Feitoria. He's gonna have 0.25 units of wood per each unit of food that he collects from the berries. And there's, in addition to that, for the Portuguese, a 20% gold discount on units. And that'll be about it for the team bonus. Technologies will research 30% faster for the Portuguese and allies. But I think that's about it, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think that's it. Yes. Taking a look at the map generation. Starting with the blue player, we'll see that he's got the main goal on the back, which is fantastic. He's got the main stone forward. And there is a secondary goal forward. Secondary goal on the left-hand side. Yeah, and that'll be about it. The only resource that could potentially get spotted by an enemy unit coming this way, right, would be, of course, this. This could be really good. Now, Dratek, with the civilization he is playing, would be able to go for a 4 castle, potentially one over here. Yeah, around that, right? Around there. Yeah, that'll be good. Should be able to deny both this and this. If he got vision of this, of course, that could potentially shape his decision making. Meanwhile, on the right hand side, Dratek's map generation is going to have his main goal forward. Now, this is kind of tragic for the red player. He's got a secondary goal on the back and the main center is on the back. But this one, if this one gets spotted, you know, by the blue player, scout in this direction, then we could very well see like a castle come out from the blue player somewhere around here and then I bow this and this. And this will be still kind of difficult for the red player to get access to. Now, Heartt's not really the player to go for, well, Heartt Civilization is not really the one to go for the 4 castles the most, so I would imagine it's probably going to be Dratek the one to put pressure, but we'll see. Once again, it's going to take up until the fuel age, I think, before the scout is actually able to spot the goal over there. Actually, you know what? I think it might take until the castle age. for Dratek Scout to technically get enough vision to spot the stone over there. Let's take a look. Let's take a look if he's going to scout over here along the walls. Not quite. All right. Just going back. Okay. Let's scout the walls on the way on the back. Dratek. Not going for the walls yet. Pig Lizard going for a real map pick. Hey, 10th Brick. Hello. I've never seen that kind of generation as for hard. Usually it's a corner and not front, right? For hard like this, I think I have seen for the most part corner generations, yes. This is not the most frequent type of generation that we have seen. I do agree with that. At the very least from the games that I recall seeing on this map from this tournament. Oh, but it seems like it's possible for them to get this type of generation anyway. Village is gonna be here for Dratek very soon. It's going up on 22 population and he already starts collecting some stone. It'll be very difficult for him to fast castle over here with a working economy, of course. If he were to do it, he would end up using the market, abusing the market even, to get to the next stage, and it seems like that's the plan right now for Dratek. So it seems like it's going to be a forecast of full pressure from the red player. He kind of has to go for it. We have talked in the past about what happens when you face a, when you pit a top tier player versus a high level player that is not quite as top tier. You're going to see that whenever they play standard, they just play meta. The top tier player is always going to come out on top. So the only way for you to have a chance at taking a game against a player that is better than you playing standard is to play out of the box, play non-standard. So Dratek is, well, there's not to say that he's inventing the wheel by going for a forecastle with Portuguese. That is not what I tried to say, but I'm saying if he's just going to play for economy over here and kind of like a quote-unquote standard arena game, then he's going to get outplayed. So it does make sense that he tries to go for a very, very aggressive fast castle into a castle drop, and Hearttt knows exactly what to expect. He already sees the stone miners. Won't be able to do much about it, of course. Just getting some scouting information. Hey, Colite! Hi, welcome. Merry Christmas to you too. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time, and I was already kind of trying to make some plans for New Year, but I don't know, I am kind of sick a little bit. I'm not really sure if you can tell by my voice, but it seems like I caught something during Christmas. Ah, man, I hate it. I had to cross the city by bus, and that was like 45 minutes in an extremely crowded bus where nobody was wearing a mask. Only me and my flatmate, so feels bad. And I think I got something. Probably just a cold though. Yeah, at the very least I don't feel terrible. I just have my throat is kind of sore. In my family during Christmas, people were all sick. But I am not yet, so crossing fingers. Crossing fingers. Let me take a look at Dratek. Did he finally spot the stone over there? He did it! He did it! Now he does! Now he does! But he goes for the castle too far away anyway! Okay? I don't know. I feel like it could have been a little bit of a better castle if he had gone for it right in front of the gate over here to prevent any units from coming out from Hearttt, to prevent the units from collecting the stone, from collecting the gold over there. But in the end, this castle is still going to provide, is going to deny this gold and the stone from Dratek, I guess. Here we are. Beautiful. So he should be able to break through very soon. Hearttt. Instead, he's got a stable up. He was probably thinking of playing the standard, which is kind of awkward because he had the scout forward and he knew what was coming from Dratek. I guess he probably had gone for the stable before, realizing that it was going to be a castle drop. Yeah, and double monastery is on the way for Hearttt to try and get conversions against the Iron guns. Let's take a look. Yeah, I just noticed the stable animation seems to be bugged out as well. I had realized something about this before with a different civilization with the elephant stable, but it seems like it's also affecting the standard ones. Anyway, Dratek's taking a while, but he's trying to get to the number of organ guns that he needs. I see the stable go down. There's only one knight over there for Hearttt. Monks are coming out. He finished researching redemption already. So he should be in a pretty good spot to start putting some pressure over here. Let's see. Here comes the conversion. The monks coming over. We do have more monks on the way as well from Hearttt. And he gets one. He gets one of the organ guns now. He garrisons the village inside, actually the monk inside the TC rather, and he saves it. Or later, and there's another conversion coming out. We have scouts over there getting completely wiped out by the organ guns. But the monks still trying to get the conversions. And he's got to be careful over here. He's got 9 range with the monk for converting units, and the organ guns, they have 7 range. So if he does not pay attention over here at all times, he can get sniped. Which is why he's keeping the monks very close to the TC as well. This has been actually a really smart play from Hearttt. Notice he keeps the monks very close to the TC, so whenever the organ guns turn around and try to fight the monks off, then Hearttt can just garrison the monks over here. Now he's got to be careful. There are 4 monks over here. Dratek would inevitably end up losing a few of the organ guns over here if Hearttt was to target all. If he was to employ all of his monks over here, targeting different units. So we'll see over there. He's gotta be careful as well. The monks do end up bailing. And now we see more conversions coming up. And he gets 2. Ends up losing one of the monks over there. 1 villager as well. But gets 2 conversions. 3 conversions even. And it's good. You know, he still has a good amount of monks. 6 over here. 2 of which still have faith in them to get extra conversions, and he's going after another one, and he gets the conversion. These are actually getting full faith very soon once again, so he'll be able to once again target the units, and Dratek's struggling to make the play work over here. You'll be expecting at this stage Dratek to already have taken TC down. Hey, welcome to Mystery. Hi. But yeah, Heartt's defense over here has been absolutely fantastic. And this is how you defend. This is how you defend against this kind of push. And if it was the other way around and it was hard to go for a fort castle into, like, Coustillé, that would be even easier to defend against, technically, because they need to close the gap against the monks before they are able to take them down, right? So Dratek civilization would also have been good for something like that, but in the end it's going to be Dratek the one struggling to get the damage done, and Hearttt has been able to defend himself really well. He's got a 2nd TC already up, he's got a 3rd TC already up, so his economy is going to get so much better compared to Red's very soon, and it's already better. compared to Dratek's right now. There he goes. More conversions coming up, taking villagers now from Dratek. Is, you know, not necessarily the best value for these monks, but he does end up damaging Dratek's economy even further. Because the red player was the one behind in worker count for the most part. And oh boy, the shots over there though. A single conversion connects. And 4 monks go down, so it seems like the castle's coming up over here. You know what? Well, the first castle and the first batch of organ guns was not enough from Dratek. Take the game from Hearttt. We have a second castle over here coming up, and that might be enough for him to, at the very least, he's going to take down the TC. We know that. But if he's able to take on the monasteries over here, that's going to be huge. Especially now that he doubles his production potential. It's worth noting also that Dratek hasn't really been idle on his TC 100% of the time. You would expect with a strat like this, or no, maybe not necessarily expect, but you wouldn't be surprised if you saw somebody with a strat like this just stop producing villagers at all and just try to focus on full organ gun production. More conversions coming up over there. It's going to connect. It's going to be worth it for Hearttt for sure, as Dratek now gets taken down in numbers over here. 8 organ guns left only. Well, mini monks did go down over there for Hearttt because he's got a much stronger economy. 21 gold miners. Should be in a pretty good position to replenish the monks pretty easily, right? Well, Dratek's able to go for organ guns, but not quite as heavily as I think he will want to, for sure. Yeah, and even he's using the market right now to keep the DC working, so it's not ideal. It's not ideal. He needs to balance his economy better. There we go. We have a good amount of farmers right now, right? That's going to be enough for him to keep the TC working, and then he can focus once again on just going for more organ guns. He's got the stone monks. Dratek should be able to get the counter conversions. There we go. Oh, you're right. Yeah. He's trying to go up to the Imperial Age. Not keep the TC running, true. He's gonna go out to the Imperial Age now. And Hearttt, much stronger economy still. He's got Atonement coming up. Won't be able to go out to the Imperial Age yet. We'll see if he's able to defend. Yeah, good reaction from Dratek over here as well. The 1-4 monk, the 1-4 knight, sorry, from Hearttt. Won't be achieving much of anything. Perverse here now from Hearttt as well. Alright. Well, Dratek is not really going for any extra organ guns though, so his pressure over here is not increasing. It seems to me like he's just going to wait until he gets to the Imperial Age, go for trebuchets, potentially bombard cannons, and use the organ guns to defend those with. Yeah, he's not really going for much of anything. I mean, he's got some monks queued up, maybe block printing, Trebs and organ guns. I don't know if he's got an atonement yet, though. Well, he should have. He knows he's up against a bunch of monks from Hearttt. He should have got an atonement. Meanwhile, Heartt's gonna be on his own way to the Imperial Age very soon, of course. This will be significantly later compared to Dratek. Bragging rights? Yeah, best reason to get to the Imperial Age. And there he is, now the trebuchet is on the way from Dratek. He's got only one. Despite having 2 castles, he can already afford the second one. Now he's gonna be able to. There we go. Why he doesn't queue the second one? No, no, no. There we go. Now he queues it. Yeah, chairs are good. Chairs are good for sure. And if he gets block printing, that's going to be even better. He's got Theocracy coming up right now, though. No block printing. Theocracy will make group conversions a little bit better. There we go, block printing is on the way after Theocracy. Heartt's gonna need to wait until he gets to the Imperial Age before he's able to go for either upgrade himself. And the Trebuchets are deploying. They were going after the TC first, now they spotted the castle, so the castle is going down next, or at the very least is gonna try to take it down. But Heartt's got the hill advantage over here though, he should be able to keep the castle up. And he will. Bringing a bunch of villages over. There we go. What is it? All the blue dots on top of the map? Over here? Just houses, outposts. Coming out from Heartt. Trying to get some vision over there, but not really able to do much of anything. Like already coming in from Heartt. He's just finished researching block printing. He's got illumination. Just finished researching right now as well. And Dratek's got some great momentum over here, but Heartt's been able to mitigate the push from Dratek by spreading his economy across the map. So we see towards the southwest, the entire edge of the map is going to be taken by Heartt. So he might get pushed away from here, but he won't be losing too much economy because of this. He's already been moving around. He's got a bunch of his economy on the left hand side, on the right hand side. He's got masonry coming up right now as well. A lot of organ guns from Mr. Dratek, and here comes Heartt. He's waiting though until he gets enough units. He's got chain barbed armor right now on the way. The patience from Heartt is outwardly. How on earth are you able to keep up this well when under so much pressure? He does manage to get some of the conversions over there though. 2 of the organ guns over there get converted, get taken down by the remaining organ guns from Dratek in the castle. It's not going down anytime soon. That's a lot of villages from Heartt keeping it up, and basically he's just waiting for Hussar. He's waiting for chain barbed armor. I'm not really sure if he's going to wait for plate barbed armor. That'd be extremely patient for him to go for plate barbed armor before going forward and trying to take the units down. And you know what? He's got an Hussar. That is +2 pierce armor that he gets with plate barbed armor, so wouldn't be the worst for him to go for it, but he's going for it. A C counts 4 now with a Hussar. He's going to take the Trebuchet down. Not quite. He's going back to the Trebuchet. He's going to try to target the monks right away. Meanwhile, the monks from Dratek as well. They're trying to target the units as well. Meanwhile, the organ guns also getting a lot of damage down from the right-hand side. They will end up cleaning up the Hussar. But the monks have gone down, guys. And Heartt's gotta be the only player left with a substantial amount of monks. Meanwhile, Dratek, after that huge engagement, ends up losing most of his sacred army. He's got just the organ guns left over here, and that is quote-unquote just, so to say, because it's a very substantial army still from Dratek. If you take a look at Heartt, he won't really be able to do much of anything against these until the monks regenerate fate, but because he's got illumination, it's gonna go for it already, right? So we see 1, 2, 3 organ guns over there getting targeted. Dratek's gonna have to respect the monks over here until he gets monks himself as well. We're gonna see the conversions coming out from the red player. The blue player tries, gets one organ gun over there. Hearttt struggling big time to contain this push from Dratek. Is he want to try some monk plays even though I lose every time? It's so hard, isn't it? It's so difficult. Beautiful. AO2.net's up again? Did not know? Yes! It is up. Courtesy of the beautiful, beautiful people at Capture. They have taken AO2.net under their wing and brought it back. A little bit different though. Compared to what it was before, the API works a little bit different. There is no longer the side panel with the chat. Which in my opinion is actually a blessing. That thing was so toxic. I actually had to go to great lengths to hide it from my stream whenever I would pull AO2.net. Because of how, you know, like 90% of the time, there were just people calling names on each other. Third castle on the way now. Dratek's gonna keep on increasing his pressure against Hearttt. Meanwhile, the blue player, on the other hand, because he's been migrating his economy to the sides of the map after the push from Dratek, actually does get the Dratek side of the map over here with some rounds. He's gonna try to breach through. He's got the capture map on the way. He's got Hazar over here. You know what? I don't think Dratek's got any defenses, right? If he ends up getting breached over here, that could be tragic for the red player. He doesn't really have a means to defend himself. All the units he's got right now are going to be forward. Oh, but wait a minute though. Let's go back 30 seconds over here. We have a big engagement coming up as Hearttt managed to mass a good amount of Hazar once again. He's approaching the monks over here with the Hazar. He's going to end up clearing all the units up, and it seems like Dratek's going to lose all the monks without a single conversion. The spike will go down as well for the most part. We're going to see the turrets from Hearttt taking the castle down. Only organs will be left over here for the red player, and 2 castles still to produce more units from. There we go. And TL, oh my lord, thank you so much for the tip. As Dratek calls a GG over here, he starts getting raided on the right hand side, and he gets pushed back on the left hand side. Let me play that alert back because I think I was just casting all over it. Sorry about it, let's hear it back.
Keep up the good work. Your stream is great. How did you make the decision to go this way?
How did I make the decision to go this way? What do you mean exactly? What way? Who is this Hearttt? He/she has won my heart already. Hearttt is a very high level aftermath player. Yeah, there we go. He's part of the AM team, same team that's comprised by Nikov, Leary MBL, and Hera. Right? Hearttt is part of the team as well, and he's been kind of on and off for the last couple of years. So what do we get here? We're going to see a better KD for Dratek. In the end, it's going to get very close to 3-2, but it did not matter. Because the economy was so much stronger for Hearttt, he was able to more than mitigate for the extra losses he took. He was in a much better position with a villager max count of 125. And the total villager loss of 16. Total villager loss count of 16 for the blue player. Meanwhile, Dratek ended up losing about 15 villagers himself. Yeah, there we go. Well done! Hearttt 3, Dratek nil. Heartt's gonna be the one moving on to the random 18. Dratek, not so much. This is the end of the road for the Czech player.